Bree, a comfortable win. How do you think the team played overall, especially defensively? It seemed like Bulldogs were kind of getting to the rim early in the first half.
I think we didn't go out there and execute the way that we should. We have really high standards, and I feel like we didn't really meet them today.
Bree, even with that, for you, it seems like you've been much more comfortable in playing in a different gear since that Tobacco road trip. I guess, how would you speak to the way you feel like you've grown and the poise you've showed this season, particularly in this game where, like you said, didn't necessarily meet the standard, but still locked in?
I'll be completely honest. There have been some very upset moments in my career just this year, and I'm just really proud of how well I've bounced back from it. And, this game is really a mental game first. And I feel like from the start of the season to now, I've had a strong mental and just fighting back and getting back to how I usually play and how consistent I've been over this little stretch.
Bree, you did talk about the high standards that you guys didn't meet, but that in that third quarter, you hit those 2 threes. It kind of extends things, and things are a little more comfortable after that for all of you. You've got to be pretty. It's got to be pretty nice to step up in those big moments like that.
Yeah, it is very nice, and I think it really goes back to my preparation before every game. I'm getting shots up with Coach. Well, I'll just say Winston. That's what I call him. But I'm getting shots up with Winston every day after practice, watching film with him, and I think it just really all starts there.
You talked a little bit about maybe some standards, some things that weren't quite right today. Can you put your finger on why something might not have clicked right today, or is it just maybe one of those days?
I think it was one of those days, and I think we're going to take it on the chin and bounce back.
You talked about this isn't the standard y'all want to set for yourselves. I'm just curious, is that kind of the message you were delivering to each other in that locker room after the game?
Yep, we definitely were saying we did not meet the standards today, and we will meet them the next game immediately.
Is it tough sometimes to remember that, you have these standards and these expectations and goals come along with that, but you guys are also putting in new faces, still developing and still growing as a team? Is it tough sometimes to balance all of that at once?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Just knowing that we do have, like you said, a new team and all new chemistry and stuff like that. But we all came in with high expectations, and we all should be meeting them.
Bree, I think later in the third quarter, you guys kind of went through a little bit of a drought. And then the start of the fourth quarter, it was about from a 12-point lead, and you got into the 20s, and it got pretty comfortable. Mm-hmm. What do you say to your teammates, and what are the conversations like in a huddle to try to get out of a drought like that?
Wait, can you ask that question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just from late in the third quarter, it was kind of a little bit of a scoring drought, and the game got a little bit tighter. Mm-hmm. I think it was about 12 points is about as close as it got. And then the beginning of the fourth quarter was when you guys started to pull away, and you went on a big scoring spurt. Just what are those conversations like as a team and being a leader, and what is Coach Staley saying to you guys to try to get your offense back going?
I think one of the biggest things that Coach says is that the ball will find who needs to score. Or the ball will find who needs to score. Yeah, should find who needs to score. I don't know. I might have to check that one with her again. I think I know what I'm saying. I just can't say it correctly. But, that is the truth of the matter, though. Just making sure that we passing it and just making sure that we moving the ball. Sometimes we can get stuck and just kind of get to holding the ball and not moving it like we usually do. So I think that's just one of the biggest things she's emphasizing to us.